We're Mrs. and Mr. Vegan,
and welcome to
the Calorie Conspiracy. Eat less, do more, right?
It sounds so simple.
You got it all figured out. Then why is the Western world more obese than ever?
Children more obese than ever. Obesity-related diseases are skyrocketing.
Nearly a third of our country has pre-diabetes.
60% of children today will be obese by the age of 30.
What the heck is going on? You all know what to do. Eat less, do more.
It's universally agreed upon. Follows the laws of physics. Then why isn't it working? Why are we getting larger? Why are there more weight loss programs than ever?
More personal trainers than ever. More gyms than ever. More weight loss surgeries than ever.
But y'all think you know the answer. Eat less, do more. Did you know in 1991, only one state in the USA had obesity over 15%? Now there's no state with that low of a level. What happened in the last 25 years to make our ceiling our floor?
Let me think about it. Was it the rise of popularity of avocados? The internet?
Text messaging? Or something else a little more insidious?
Perhaps a conspiracy, Mr. Vegan.
I think so. What if the calorie in, calorie out, rudimentary understanding of weight loss missed a few steps? What if it just wasn't calorie in, calorie out, but a calculus of equations going on in the human body that regulate metabolism? Let's start dismantling the science with a few truth bombs that will blow your mind.
I'm ready to be blown.
That's not a good thing to say. The first thing we'll demonstrate and completely obliterate once and for all is that calorie in, calorie out is too simple and doesn't work long term.
Now let's play a clip from one of our past videos that several billion people failed to watch. At the end of this segment, nobody out there will ever believe calorie in, calorie out ever again. So we start with the 150-pound man. We're gonna put him right here on the screen.
That's pretty much how much I weigh. Now we're gonna pretend in a perfect world I have a 2,000 calorie a day metabolism and daily energy exertion. So that means every day I eat 2,000 calories, I burn 2,000 calories. I walk up the same flight of stairs, it's the same temperature every day, I take the same amount of breaths, I eat the same I measure out all my food, put it all into my body exactly the same every single day. Alright, so that means over the course of a year I will not gain or lose a single ounce or pound or kilogram. Every dietitian, nutritionist, personal trainer, and doctor would say, okay, 3,500 calories and a pound of fat. If I needed to lose a pound, I would subtract 500 calories from my input every day, and over the course of a week, that's 7 days, 7 times 500, it's 3,500 calories, I would be 1 pound lighter at the end of the week. So let's have a little fun with our little 150-pound man here. We're going to subtract those 500 calories for a whole year. It's 52 weeks, 52 pounds. By the end of the year, I would weigh 98 pounds.
What about we go one more year? I keep eating 1,500 calories a day, minus another 52 pounds.
I now weigh 46 pounds. So my 46-pound skeleton that you're seeing here is now going to go one more year on 1,500 calories. And now I am vanished. I'm gone. A poof of smoke. I'm -6 pounds.
Calorie in, calorie out is a joke. Your body adapts.
So how many of you are weighing in at -3 pounds after 3 years on a 500 calorie reduction diet? Pretty impossible.
Yes.
The next concept we'd like to dismantle is that calories are all treated similarly in the body regardless of the source. We have another demonstration that we'll play in fast forward this time to hit home the simple concept that fat, protein, and carbohydrate all have different storage and conversion efficiencies. It's not an interchangeable calorie economy. Welcome to Calorie Island.
Calorie Island.
What?
Are you ready to go to Calorie Island?
Yeah, I hope there's a lot of calories there.
It's in the South Pacific. It's going to be a vacation. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, you're not going alone either. And we're going to clone you times 2.
Oh, hello.
So Kristen now has 2 identical sisters, so they're triplets. But thankfully at the end of this, I won't have to put up with all 3 of them because 2 of them are going to die.
Oh.
Yeah, we're putting you
Terrible story.
Yeah, we're putting you on a deserted island, and we're leaving the 3 of you with 3 buckets of food. So here we go. Bucket 1, 50,000 calories of protein. Bucket 2, 50,000 calories of carbs. Bucket 3, 50,000 calories of fat. So here's how the game works. I'm going to take these buckets away after 24 hours. I'm going to leave the island, and I'm going to come back in a couple weeks and only pick up who's left alive.
Oh.
So which bucket should you eat out of?
Oh, gosh. I guess I'll have to take the fat. It's gonna last the longest.
Oh no! Boo! So the
Bye,
other two
guys.
Kristens died. I'm back to take the only survivor left, and that's the one that ate the fat. That's because the fat you eat is the fat you wear, and you can, with complete efficiency, store about 95% of that bucket of fat.
But why would you eat molecules of fat if you want them off your body?
It makes no sense.
Many people think exercise is essential for weight loss, but the harder we work, the more efficient our bodies become, actually using less calories to do the same amount of work.
The most active people on the planet burn about the same amount of calories as the most inactive.
Does this mean we shouldn't be active?
No, it just means that being active isn't a great determination for weight loss. You see a lot of overweight people crossing the finish line on a marathon.
So how many of viewers out there have just jumped to cancel their gym membership?
That's right, just go walk, hike, get your heart rate up, follow the government guidelines for healthy activity, stop injuring yourself, spend that money on something you enjoy doing.
Another concept to blow your mind is that different dietary composition of macros results in different types of weight loss.
Yes, if I cut off your leg or arm, the scale might say that magic number you've been looking for, but will that really be the result you want?
Oh.
Participants in a National Institutes of Health metabolic word study on low-carb, high-fat diets lost more weight, but less fat than those on a high-carb, low-fat diet. So this brings us to the concept of fat balance. Do you want to metabolize your muscles to get that 400 calories of carbs your brain needs versus getting it from your diet? No, we want to lose fat. We want to keep our muscle. We all know that water weight is not weight loss. We want fat loss.
So how do we lose fat?
The concept of fat balance will help shed some light on the many interdependent processes. It's a concept of taking in or creating less fat than you metabolize each day. This allows you to keep your muscle mass, negate water or glycogen weight shifts, keep your bone mineral density, and get rid of the thing that matters the most,
fat. Unless you're underweight, then do everything in reverse.
A healthy BMI is essential for proper hormone balance and health. At rest, the human body burns about half of our energy from fat and half from carbs. The more vigorously we exercise, the greater the shift towards carbs until we have no more.
Like at the end of a marathon.
Humans have a limited storage capacity for glucose, which is stored as glycogen, about 3 to 5 pounds.
But no limit for fat, and protein gets turned into fat and carbs in the liver with a nasty byproduct of ammonia.
Which is partially why many proteinaholics smell so bad
They do.
and have a higher incidence of organ failure. You can't outrun hunger, you have to eat. Starvation diets are short term. We adapt to lower calorie levels and end up gaining back more weight on the yo-yo bounce diets.
So what if we can eat high-volume, low-calorie foods that not only fill us up but satiate us while meeting our nutritional needs?
Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it?
Yes.
We aren't saying to eat 10 pounds of broccoli or nothing but salad.
We are advocating for a starch-based diet. Starches are filling, healthful, and delicious.
Not to mention the bulk of what humans eat.
Yes.
Check out our whole starch, low-fat cookbook and WSLF Facebook support group for meal ideas. What's stopping you from doing this? What happened 25 years ago to throw the balance of obesity off and spiral us into caloraholics?
It was smartphones.
No, we didn't have smartphones 25 years ago. All right, so one researcher, that's all it took. He realized that through rigorous testing, foods can be formulated or hacked with very little satiation, causing us to binge eat, endlessly over-consuming to make companies more profit.
This sounds like a conspiracy.
It is.
In the industry, this is called the bliss point.
Oh, I reached my bliss point today with some fig bars.
Yes.
Researchers are paid handsomely by top food companies like General Mills, Danone, Coca-Cola, Nestle, Pepsi, Mars to engineer their products for maximum consumption.
Not maximum health, obviously.
Not even best taste, but
max profit.
Have you ever heard, once you pop, you can't stop? Potato chips have been shown to be the #1 contributor to the obesity epidemic.
I can never stop with any potato chip.
Pop chips, that's also hard. All right.
It's not just the sugar.
Sugar consumption is actually going down for almost a decade while waistlines keep going up. Food scientists figured out that fat is extremely unsatiating. In fact, of all of the foods studied, it's actually the least satiating per calorie. So food companies have been spending billions of dollars on formulations, product line extensions to keep you endlessly eating with only empty bags in your future.
They even purposely make the bags a little smaller so you feel a little less guilty.
But they have the exact same amount of calories as before. They have been studying every aspect of your consumption to drive profit. Coca-Cola is the #1 example. How many Cokes can you drink before your thirst is quenched?
A billion?
Now, how many glasses of water can you drink before you're like, I'm good?
Like 1 glass.
The New York Times did a profile on these food scientists and their plea to the CEOs of the companies. It's a smoking gun takedown that you'd expect would have changed everything. But instead of viewing what they're doing as an abuse of the consumer, all of our focus has been on
Calorie in, calorie out.
you just must need to just do more. Not the toxic processed foods these companies have created to take advantage of our brains and drive us to addiction.
If you eat like we have recommended in the Whole Starch Low Fat Facebook group and cookbook, you'll have the same results as many of our thousands of members that have lost weight.
If you buy a packaged food or let someone else process your food at restaurants, bakeries, etc., they will be applying the profit-driving
Bliss point.
forcing you to endlessly overconsume. If they didn't, they'd go out of business.
Fight for your health, hold on to your money, and get angry.
If you've ever participated in a focus group for one of these companies, you know what they're up to. It has nothing to do with which product tastes the best. It's which one you consume the most of. We need to get back to 3 sit-down meals a day. Preparing our own food, it's not as time-consuming as you think.
We have great videos with very quick meal plans from popular grocery stores, and if you search YouTube for fast and healthy vegan food, you'll find more wonderful videos from various healthy people to follow, subscribe, and surround yourself with.
You know, you want people that support your fight against the drugification of food.
Yes.
We aren't meant to be shoving our faces full of endless brands of potato chips so stock prices can soar.
You've all been used and abused by these greedy companies
that only see their short-term profits over your long-term health. Reward your farmers. Shop at your local farmers market.
Or just grow your own. That's the best.
Well, that's the calorie conspiracy. We hope you take this to heart and eat a little closer to Mother Nature.
And farther from the high-fat, salt and sugared processed foods
that too many of us, especially the children, are wearing around. We're here to help.
We're your vegan parents.